Everyone, kindly join me in welcoming Miss Holy Firestone.
Thank you so much for the amazing introduction. I'm Holly Firestone, the Director of Community at Salesforce. A little feed there. Director of Community at Salesforce, and I am visiting here from Austin, Texas in the US. I've never been to India before, so it's absolutely amazing to be here and to see everybody here, to get in the spirit of everything that is India Dreaming. I've been at Salesforce since March 2015, working on the community and community programs. So community groups like the user groups, developer groups, WIC groups, the Salesforce MVP program, and then also online community programs. So again, I'm just absolutely so excited to be here. This is going to be an amazing day, and it's awesome to be able to kick it off with everybody. My human clicker over here, which is great. So I travel a lot for work. I'm always going different places, and my friends and family are pretty used to it by now. But this was a really interesting trip for them because I'm going so far to somewhere that I've never been before. And so they are asking why I was going, and giving them a little bit of an explanation of that, and then also why everybody else comes to an event like this. So I was explaining to them, people are here to learn, they're here to connect, they're here to get tips and tricks, they're here to share, but really when it all came down to it, the fundamental thing here is people, and people that are wanting to connect with each other. So with that in mind, it's really important for us to think about why exactly you're here. So I want to try something. If you could look around and find somebody sitting right around you that you don't know or don't know very well, introduce yourself, tell them where you're from, and then tell them why you are at India Dreaming today. You don't have to tell them your life story, but just a quick hello and why you came to India Dreaming. Great. Now you know a little bit about somebody next to you. I'm actually going to ask you to do it again with someone else sitting next to you. There's got to be a few people around here you either don't know well or don't know at all. And even if you do know someone, why were they so excited to come to India Dreaming today? So one more person next to you. Come on, in the back too. Someone on your left and someone on your right, someone in the front, someone in the back. And then the next question is, why am I here? It's only fair that if you're sharing with everybody why you're here that I do the same, but we're actually going to come back to that too. India Dreaming was created by the community. It was created by the community for the community. You're just hearing a little bit about other community events that are happening around the world. This event was put on by leaders in this community that have worked tirelessly on every single detail of this event. I don't think that they have slept in weeks. And it is going to be an absolutely amazing day full of wonderful content and amazing tradition and food and really everything that you could ask for, to make it be a perfect day with the rest of your community. And what's really special about this is that they're not getting paid to do this. Nobody asked them to do this. They're doing this because they have found success in the Salesforce community and support in the Salesforce community, and they want that to grow. They want to give back because of that. And so that's how we all ended up at this event today, and it's really pretty amazing. So before we can do anything else, before I can go on with anything else, I just want to give a round of applause for the amazing leaders that were packing welcome bags at 3 o'clock in the morning, because it is not an easy thing to do. It is really amazing. So when Salesforce started, our CEO, Mark Benioff, wanted to start a company with a purpose beyond profit. And that means a company that was centered around the spirit of Ohana. In Hawaiian culture, Ohana represents the idea that families, blood-related, adopted, or intentional, are bound together and that families are responsible for one another. This is Ohana. Well, it was Ohana when it fit on the formatting on my slide before, but this is Ohana. And we have an incredibly strong community Ohana at Salesforce, and it's stronger than anyone I've ever seen. And as you maybe heard in my introduction, I've been doing community building work for my whole career, for the most part, and I've never really seen anything quite like this. And there are two reasons that I think that this community has become as strong and as successful as it is. And the first one is you. Look how many people, look around, like there's so many people here today to connect with other people, to learn, to share, to network, and obviously also to have fun. And that's pretty amazing to see this many people that want to connect in this way. And there's something really special about the way that this community works and the way that everybody wants to step up and help each other, just like these leaders. And we really haven't seen anything at all like this outside of this ecosystem. So one morning, I woke up, and of course, I checked Twitter first, because it's the most important thing to do. And actually, usually I wake up with about 1,000 notifications, because y'all here are ending your day, and I'm just waking up, and so I'm seeing everything going on for my friends in India. So I know you're not strangers to Twitter, but I woke up, and I saw my Twitter feed, and I saw a blog post posted by somebody named Bill Powell. And the name really caught my eye, and it was Salesforce Saved My Life. So I opened it up and I read it, and it was a blog post where Bill was talking about some difficulties that he was having in his life, and he came to a crossroads, and he had to make a decision about what he wanted to do next. And he found Salesforce. And then from there, as it usually happens when you find Salesforce, you find the Salesforce community. And so he went to a user group meeting, and had tons of questions, and found someone at the meeting and started asking questions, and just nonstop, so many questions that he had. And I pulled this quote from the blog post because it really struck me as something unique and memorable. Bill talking about the person that he was working with at the user group, he said, he wanted nothing in return but to help me and point me in the right direction. And that is really what this community is all about, is about connecting with each other and helping each other. And I think that it can be a bit surprising for people when they first join the community, that people just really want to jump in and help. And it's an amazing surprise. And I think that you're seeing it now. You're seeing it by being at this event and seeing that community leaders have stepped up to want to build this out for you and make this community strong, just because people really want to help and grow this Ohana. And then another thing that we do, raise your hand if you're in a developer group, a women in tech group, a user group within community. Okay, quite a few of you. Great. And for those of you that are not, there's tons of different opportunities to get involved in the community. I know that there's a session on that. There's Kieran a little bit later. So you can definitely jump into the session and hear more about the growing community in India. But lots of opportunities to connect with other people. It's a really, really strong group here, clearly because of the showing. And we always reach out to our community members and ask, how things are going and what's going on with their groups. And one of the big things that we saw in one of the surveys that we sent out is that all of the user group members rated their leaders an average of a 9 out of 10 for their experience, which means that they are having an amazing time. They're learning and they're connecting with people, but it really is because of the work that people in the community are doing to make them feel welcome. And this is just another quote that I pulled. I'm this far in my career because of their encouragement, and that's somebody in one of our community groups that's talking about the encouragement of all the other people in the community. But what we've seen is that it's not just about work, it's about people. We've seen people in this community step up in ways beyond Salesforce, and that's been pretty incredible to see. People who have big life events and have big life events, and the community is stepping up to support them, that they're celebrating things, they've lost a loved one, they had a tornado run through their house and flatten it. The community really rallies around those people and steps up and helps them more than just with Salesforce. And that's what's made this community bond so much stronger. It really all goes back to the people. The second reason that this community is so strong is actually Salesforce, which might be interesting for me to be standing up here and saying since I work at Salesforce, but it is a very unique type of support that Salesforce gives all of the community. And that is across all of Salesforce, all the way from our executive leadership, our CEO, who really understands the value of community across the company, and understanding the value of being authentic in our community and letting our community expand and grow. So going back to authenticity, which I was just saying our company really values, it really allows this community to have the freedom to grow the way that it is. These events weren't started by Salesforce. They came from the community, and look at how many of you are here today. And the events are happening all over the world and bringing people together. And it's really amazing. It's amazing to see, and it's amazing to see the support that's coming from our organization. And like I said, I've been doing this for a while, and I haven't seen other organizations that understand community or support it in the same way, that don't want to use the community as a tool to market or to sell anything, but really understanding the value of connecting people together to support each other. And that's really special, and it's really unique. So Salesforce as a whole has really turned a group of customers, a massive group, millions of people, a group of customers into a community, and then you have all turned the community into an Ohana, and a family. So, sorry? Yeah, sorry, we can say this. So, yeah, thank you. So, like I was saying, as you know, I defined Ohana for you, and we'll come back to that. But the things that you've been doing in the community and the work that you've been doing in the community, you're lifting each other up as a whole. So as individuals, you can contribute and learn and teach and all of those things, but really as a community, and we're seeing this all over, all of the members of the community and all of the leaders of the community are really understanding the value of working together and lifting each other up as a community and as an Ohana. Thank you. So something else that we've noticed about this isn't just how strong the community is. We went into this to build a customer community so our customers can connect to each other. But what we've seen is that it's flipped a little bit in a way, and that it's had a huge effect on Salesforce as an organization, which is really, really exciting. Raise your hand if you use Trailhead. Okay, fantastic. Raise your hand if you have 10 or more badges. Okay, wow, pretty much everybody. Good job, guys. How about 25 or more? Wow, okay. 50? Okay, 75? Okay, still quite a few people. How about 100? Who in here is a ranger? That is awesome. Let's give a round of applause to everybody in here for rangers. So for all of you, raise your hand again if you're a ranger. Take a look around at these amazing people. We have actually something special waiting for you after this talk is done. So when you head out, take a left, and we have a little something that we want to give you, to celebrate the awesome work that you're doing with Trailhead. So anyway, Trailhead. So you're seeing things change, right? The community has rallied around Trailhead. The community is excited about Trailhead. They're telling their friends. They're spreading it. And that has had an effect on us. If you went to Dreamforce last year, or if you're going to different Basecamp events or World Tour, you see everything's covered in Trailhead, and that really is something that our community has given back to us and influenced us as well. So our company values trust, giving back, customer success, wellness, transparency, equality for all, and fun should really shape our company culture. But what we've also seen is all of these values, that we rally around as a company are showing up in our community, because we've weaved our culture into our community. And so they really mirror each other in culture and in values. And that's what's turned this community also into what it is today, is weaving that in and making sure that the things that we believe in as an organization, that we're sharing with the wider community and that they're sharing with their wider communities. So going back to the question I asked earlier of why am I here, well, I'm here because of both of the reasons that I listed that the community is strong. I'm here because I work for Salesforce, and we want to show our support for you. We want to show our support for the community leaders that are doing amazing work, the people that are here to learn, the people that are here to teach, and we're really happy to be able to come here and do that. And then the second thing is because I'm here for the same reason as you. You are my Ohana too, and that's something pretty great about this, because we recognize now that there isn't a Salesforce organization Ohana and then a community Ohana. It's all one. Our company, our community, none of it works without you. The greatest thing about us is you. And so we are just one Ohana, and that's why I'm here, my team is here, we're all speaking, and so excited to spend time with you, to learn from you, to meet you, and to hear about all the great things that you learn throughout the day and all the great connections that you make throughout the day at India Dreaming. So going back to, I'm missing a little bit, but that's okay too. So going back to the definition for Ohana. Ohana represents the idea that families, blood-related, adopted, or intentional, are bound together, and that family members are responsible for one another. So I want you to keep that in mind today. I want you to keep in the forefront of your mind the things that you heard from the people sitting around you, the reasons that they came to India Dreaming. Did they come here because they want to network? Did they come here because they want to learn something specific? You know, you can help them do that. You can help anybody in this room achieve their goals. And so keep that in mind today as you're going to sessions, or if you can think of somebody you meet that maybe you can introduce to one of the people that you talked to today, because that's what's really special about this community. That's what makes it strong. And remember, those people are thinking about that for you right now too. So keeping that in mind continues to help grow this community, and it continues to help grow this Ohana. It keeps this room full. It's going to be double this size next time they do an India Dreaming, right? She was like, oh God. But you know, it really will be, because that is the power of this Ohana, and that's the power of people wanting to help each other. And that is the culture of this Ohana as well. So as you go out today, you're going to hear amazing content. There are incredible sessions, great people to meet and network with, but keep in mind what you can do for everybody else, because when you think about everybody else as a group and not just as individuals, everybody lifts up and builds into this very strong group and this Ohana, because it's your Ohana, and it's really dependent on you to grow and to thrive, because each of you are part of it, and are making this what it is, are part of it in this room. You'll be a part of it out there, and when we leave here at the end of the day, the connections that you make, you'll take on with you, and that's what's so strong and great about this Ohana and this community. I look forward to spending time with so many of you today. Please come up and introduce yourself to me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much again to the leaders, and thank you for having me here.